Hi, my name's Ian and welcome to the channel if you've not been here before, and if you have been here before then welcome back. In this video we're going to talk about the actual van build itself and the fact that it's now 2 years since it went on its first maiden voyage after I'd sort of nearly completed it. But yeah, I'm just going to tell you about the good, the bad and the ugly with regards to the van, what we like, what we don't like, etc. If I built it again, what I would do, and that type of thing. So yeah, let's jump into that and I'll come back to you shortly. Cheers. So starting with the outside, polyvision windows, would I fit them again? Definitely. They are much better, lesser profile than some of the other ones that's available on the market, and pretty easy to fit really. The only thing with them, I suppose, with the fitting is the fact that you've got the curve to actually deal with rather than the square, but at the end of the day it wasn't too difficult to deal with. So we've got 3 of those down this, well 2 of this down this side of the van, 1 at the back and then there's 1 around the other side. Memo swing bike carrier, would have fit that again? Definitely. That's saved me a lot of problems when going to site with the guys that are having the bikes on the back and being able to open the back door at the same time, whereas before we used to have it mounted straight onto the tow bar and I had to literally take the bikes off before we had to open this back door. So having the Memo swing on there, definitely a good idea. There's a video on that. Thule Omnistore awning, would all fit that again? Definitely. That's been a godsend in some of this hot weather we've been having this summer. Now this is a slightly controversial one. SkyMax Skylights, would I fit them again? Yes, for one reason, and the fact that you've got, that switch, they come with lights built into them. I say there is a version that doesn't have lights, but that was the reason I bought them. The other side of me says no, I definitely wouldn't fit them again because I think they're cheap and nasty. I think the Hecky ones are far better. We got one in the bathroom as well. Again, part of the reason buying it was again because it got the lights built into it, which in the bathroom is actually quite handy. But again, fitting them again, I wouldn't do that. I'll put the Hecky ones in. And then again, we've got another one up the end of the van as well. Moving into the bathroom, this sink in the corner, would I fit that again? Definitely not. It's a absolute bane of my life when we've been working, when we're trying to do things in here, in the morning, cleaning your teeth, that type of thing. What I should have done was, instead of having this tambour door in here on this side where above the toilet, which is down there, I should have put in one of those flip down sinks that sort of like folds itself away, and then instead of then having this sink in the corner here, was having the tambour door coming round this side and finishing over here instead, which would have given us far more room in the bathroom area. The Thetford cassette toilet, was that a good investment? Most definitely. Where else do you go to the toilet? Moving to the outside of the tambour door, would I fit one of these again? Probably, because they don't take up any room and you haven't got a problem with the door swinging open if you're in the kitchen area. They are a bit of a pain in the arse to fit, but yeah, probably in reality I would fit one of those. They are very expensive what they are. Fixed bed at the end of the van, most definitely. I cannot imagine having a camper van without having a fixed bed in it. We used to have a caravans years ago. We used to have to make the bed up every night and it was an absolute pain in the arse, and then we did get a caravan with a fixed bed and it was the best thing we ever did. So yeah, definitely if I built one again, certainly have a fixed bed in it. I did one again, would I put more windows in it? Probably. I think this back door needs another window in it, and potentially this side of the van could have another window in it. So they're saying that when you sat in bed watching the telly, sort of leaning up against the wall is quite nice, and if we had a window there that might not work very well. Thetford triple X oven, would I fit one again? Probably. Although saying that, we have got an induction hob now which we tend to use most of the time when we're on electric hookup, so we don't really use the gas very much at all now. So but there is a time when there is an oven required. They're saying that some people are using air fryers and stuff like that now, so would I fit one again? Probably, although saying that they're very expensive for what they are. Victory Frigo 12 volt compressor fridge. Would I fit one again? Most definitely. This is a great little fridge for what it is. I must say it wasn't cheap. I think with the surround, I think I paid about 700 quid for it, but it's a good fridge. It's got plenty of storage shelves in it, plenty of space inside it. The freezer door flips up, and yeah, you get quite a lot of it. The only thing I would say that I don't like about it, but that's comparing it to the fridge that we had in our old caravan, is that the salad drawer is a bit lacking in size, but we sort of manage around it. Sargent EC155 power control unit, or power supply unit should I say. Would I fit one of those again? Definitely. It was the most easiest way of putting 240 volts and also 12 volts into the van without having loads and loads of bus bars and stuff like that. It was just a simple plug and play type of thing. You know, obviously there are some bits and bobs you got to do with it, but yeah, for the money I think I would do it again. Trumafori combi boiler. Would I fit one of those again? Definitely. It's a very, very good piece of kit. It's obviously combination water heater and heater in one item. It's very, very expensive. I mean, I think they're about £1,400 now. I think I paid £1,200 for mine, but I mean, obviously compare that to a putting a diesel heater in for about £100. Yes, there's a hell of a lot of difference in it. But I must say that the amount of heat that this thing kicks out and how quick it can demist windows in the morning is phenomenal. So would I fit one again? Definitely. Not that I've got it switched on yet, but also the user interface is very, very good as well. Right, Remis front window blinds. Would I fit those again? Definitely. Although saying that, I don't think they're really worth the money that you have to spend on them, but you've not got a lot of choice unless you want to go messing about with thermal internal blinds and that type of thing, or the thermal outside one. But I mean, I think I got mine at the right time. I think I paid about £325 for them, and I think they're somewhere near £500 now, which is a ridiculous amount of money. I'll say they're very, very easy to fit and definitely very effective. I suppose one of the big questions is, would I actually do the same layout again? And I would say probably in most of the way it is, although this seat down here, I would actually toy with the idea of actually turning it sideways. So basically you'd end up with a long bench seat coming down this side instead, which might make it a little bit more comfortable, because we only really tend to use this seat as it stands at the moment just for dining. It's not the most comfortablest of seats to sit on for a very long period of time, so obviously we do generally change around and just after we've eaten, obviously just sit on the two captain seats, obviously that swivel around. This is how we have the table set up, obviously for dining and just generally doing the bits and bobs on the laptops, etc. And then I've recently just installed this table on the other side here, because before, as mentioned in the video that I've recently put up, my wife tends to hog this table here, and when you've got your laptop out, etc., there's no room really for another laptop to go on the other side of there. So yeah, I had some offcuts of the worktop kicking about, so yeah, I made this table the other day. If you're wondering why we've got two wardrobes in the van, this slightly bigger one here is the one that I use because I've got bigger feet, so when I put my shoes in there they fit. But the reason for it is due to where the wheel arch, or the rear wheel arch, is situated in the van, and also where the B pillar is situated in the van as well, which is that dictated then where the toilet had to go, and also then basically where the whole shower room had to be situated as well. So that's the reason why there's a wardrobe on this side of the shower room and a wardrobe on this side of the shower room, but my wife's only got little feet, so her shoes fit in there perfectly, and so the toilet rolls. That's a controller for my solar panels. I've got two 100 watt solar panels up on the roof at the moment, and I'm running that into a 105 amp hour battery, which is going to get changed next year to probably about 280 amp hour battery. Another useful addition that I built into the van was these pull out wire drawers. They work really, really well for carrying stuff like tins and packet foods like pastas and that type of thing, and also your teas and coffees. This small cupboard under the bed is rather useful for putting things like your crackers in, your bread products, etc, etc. All the top lockers up here, they get used for clothes. Obviously your pants, socks, t-shirts, etc. go on this side. And on these lockers on this side is where we tend to put our trousers, jumpers, etc. These cupboards up here, we tend to keep the toaster in when we're travelling. Got a kettle as well to go in there, and also your plates and bowls, etc., mugs. And we just stick general odds and sods in these cupboards at this end. And then over the top of the cab is where we tend to keep our bags, as in like rucksacks, that type of thing when they're not in use, spare towels, that type of thing. Well, I hope you found the video interesting. If you've got any comments or questions, etc. regarding the build itself, then please don't hesitate to ask. Also, like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you again in the next one. Cheers.